Good morning. Hey, how's it going? Just waking up a little bit tired here. I got my results for UFC Fight Night. I bet like $30 on the UFC Fight Night yesterday. I got them right here. But I just wanted to say, how about those Edmonton Oilers? That game was fucking awesome. A shutout on Game 7 against LA Kings so that the Edmonton Oilers can go to the next round. That's fucking awesome. Good job on Edmonton. And as for Toronto, you had such an opportunity. I mean, Tampa Bay wasn't just going to let that happen, but like ultimately though, it was so sad to watch Morgan Riley in tears skating off the ice after the game. It was really sad, but at the same time, like, you gotta love your Canadian teams. If all the Canadian players stayed in Canada on all the Canada teams, then I'm pretty sure, the Canada teams would be conquering. But that's, here nor there, or whatever. That's not here nor there, whatever. That's as far as that goes. But here are my results for the UFC Fight Night: Blachowicz versus Rakic. Sorry, just woke up, kind of, just waking up. My body's still in sleep mode. But anyways, I bet $30 overall, and I ended up getting back $30 overall. But let's talk about a couple fights here. Andre Petrosky, like that was like the submission of the night, hands down. In like the first 72 seconds, he ended up tapping out Nick Maximov, and it was just a crazy fucking submission. Like I think it was Maximov who was the favorite, and Nick Petrosky ended up just like giving him an anaconda choke in fucking like 72 seconds. It was crazy. Sorry, again, I'm just waking up. Sorry. I think fight of the night was one of the women's bouts. Like it was really good. Like Caitlin Chukagian versus Amanda Ribas. I think maybe that might have been fight of the night or something. But like as far as that goes, though, I thought Amanda Ribas won because she had like 4 minutes of ground control time in a 15-minute fight. But I don't know, something about Caitlin Chukagian's aggression. Her stand-up game is really strong, and just the way, like, whenever she throws those punches, you could hear her going ha ha. So it's like the judges see that and notice that, and it was a really good fight as far as that goes. But anyways, okay, so I bet on Jake Hadley to win when it comes to Jake Hadley versus Alan Nascimento, and Alan Nascimento ended up winning, and I credit that to ground control time. Like Jake Hadley couldn't find a way to escape Alan Nascimento's ground control. But as far as that goes, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Alan Nascimento had Charles Oliveira in his corner, teaching him his ground game, his jiu-jitsu game, and all that stuff. So with training like that, for Alan Nascimento, it's just, God, that pissed me off. But at the same time, like, good job, Alan Nascimento. I just thought Jake Hadley was going to keep his winning streak going, but ultimately that ground control and being trained by Charles Oliveira really helped out Alan Nascimento. But Alan Nascimento cost me like $5 or whatever the hell it was. And then when it comes to Frank Camacho versus Manuel Torres, I was really shocked that Manuel Torres did the whole, like, it was like a left counter strike and then a right uppercut to kind of like put him on the ground, and then, finished him off. It was awesome. Good job, Manuel Torres. I was really shocked there, but at the same time, I bet on Manuel Torres. So good job, Manuel Torres. Thank you for winning me some money. Now, as for Caitlin Chukagian versus Amanda Ribas, I bet on Amanda Ribas's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. I thought maybe like it was either going to go one of two ways, that Amanda Ribas was either going to tap out Caitlin Chukagian somehow, or that Caitlin Chukagian would win by decision. And sure enough, Caitlin Chukagian won by decision. But Amanda Ribas, again, I took a note here. She had like 4 minutes of ground control time the entire fight, so it was a real coin flip when it came to, like, watching the fight and being like, who's going to win this fight? And I almost called it a fucking draw when I'm scoring it in my mind there. I'm like, oh, it's pretty much a fucking draw. But anyways, good job, Caitlin Chukagian, for winning that fight. And then when it comes to Davy Grant versus Louis Smolka, like, Louis Smolka was the really big underdog there, and I knew that, and that's the only reason I bet on Louis Smolka. But at the same time, I was cheering for Davy Grant. Like in the original video where I made my bets, I told everybody, hey, I'm cheering for Davy Grant, even though Louis Smolka is the underdog that I'm betting on. I chose 3 underdogs and 3 favorites, right? And Louis Smolka had like the biggest, underdog odds in regards to getting my money's worth, in terms of a bet. So I bet on Louis Smolka, but ultimately I kind of knew Davy Grant would win that one. So very good on Davy Grant, respect. Now, as for number 5, Ryan Spann versus Jan Cutelaba, I did not see that coming. Like, I mean, even though I bet on Ryan Spann, I really expected Jan Cutelaba to, turn it up a notch there and take out Ryan Spann. But when it came to Ryan the Superman Spann versus Jan the Hulk Cutelaba, Superman won. Good job, Ryan Spann, on the win. You won me some money, respect, and it was just, it was a good fight overall. Now, when it comes to the main event, Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic, oh man, that was a good fight for a bit, and it was just what happened was really shitty. Like it was just an unfortunate kind of accident. Just whatever, the body can only take so much kind of thing. But Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. Jan Blachowicz ended up winning because Alexander Rakic dislocated his knee. He was just doing like a back step, and I guess he maybe overtrained or whatever it was. Maybe Jan Blachowicz made a couple of good kicks on his knee or something like that. I don't know what it was. It was fates, the stars, destined to be that Alexander ended up dislocating his knee while he was trying to evade an attack by Jan Blachowicz. But ultimately, it was a really good night of fights, though. But like I said, though, it was that Andre Petrovsky fight where he tapped out Nick Maximov in the first 72 seconds. That was definitely submission of the night. And like Tatsu Taira, like that guy's gonna go far, man. Like if he keeps sticking to his guns and he keeps working hard at it and stuff like that, like he's already gone far. Obviously, he's 22 and he's in the UFC, but like, if he if he sticks to it, if he keeps doing it, keeps training as hard as possible, like sky's the limit for him, man. He's 22 in like the flyweight division or whatever it was, and like that guy's gonna go real far if he keeps sticking to his guns. So I hope you keep doing that, Tatsuru Taira. Sorry if I pronounce your name a bit funny, but yeah, respect to every fighter yesterday. I had a good time watching the fights. I had a fucking great time watching the NHL playoffs because the Edmonton Oilers fucking won. That was great. And, Tampa Bay, I'm sure is going to go far. And I was really sad to find out Boston got eliminated because I was at work at the time. And then as soon as I got off work, I was like, okay, maybe I could see the Boston and Carolina game. And then the game was already over. So that kind of fucking sucked. But ultimately, though, it was a really good night for sports. And tonight we got another good night for sports. We got the Boston Celtics versus Milwaukee Bucks in NBA. We got the fucking Calgary Flames versus the Dallas Stars tonight, and we got the Penguins versus the Rangers tonight, NHL, right? So it's a good night for sports again. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot done because I'm going to be too busy watching these good fucking sports television programs, broadcasting. I'm tired. I just woke up. But as for that goes, like, respect to everybody involved. Again, I just want to say how heartbreaking it was to fucking see Morgan Riley in tears skating off the ice for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But like, that it just wasn't in the stars, I guess, as far as that goes, because Toronto had the lead in Game 6. It was like 3-2 at like third period, and they all they had to do was stay in formation, and I know it's easier said than done. Here's what I would have done, but all they had to do was kind of stay conservative and in formation, and just like, they would have had it on Game 6, but shit happens. That's the way it goes. Tough break. Morgan Riley, respect though. Like, just when I see somebody who has their heart in it that much and they like burst into tears on fucking national television and stuff like that, just respect, right? Respect. But anyways, thank you for watching. Those are my bets. Kind of broke even, and everybody take care. Have a great new week. Respect.